certain time in evolution, systems all over the world, the monetary system is falling apart. It doesn't really work, and it's getting worse. The schools are supposedly more equipped, but the bombs are getting worse. And we really have to wait till the system falls apart before people start to look around and look for an alternative system, because they're just not emotionally or intellectually wise enough to look at our society today and say, how can we improve it? They're not given those tools in school. They're there to serve the systems that they live under. So school does not give you critical thinking, does not tell you how the banking systems work to keep you and countries in perpetual debt. The money has absolutely no backing behind it. It's just a game, an artificial game that we play. That it's a terrible system if people knew about it. So they don't know about it. So we have to wait to what we call the march of events, when the system starts to crash. But in the meantime, we want to spread the word of a different system using science and technology for the benefit of people, and organize society very differently. And if people don't know about it, they won't know what to advocate. So we're on this world lecture tour to tell people that there is a different way of running society. And this is what we're doing. We're going to over 28 different countries and giving over 35 different lectures. And so far, they're very well received. They're almost all sold out. So people are hungry for another direction. They know this is not working.
I want to tell you something about people. There's no such thing as good or bad people. Depends on where they're raised, where they're coming from. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you were brought up in Nazi Germany as a baby, all you see is Heil Hitler, that's where you'll be. If you're brought up in France, Vive la France. So people are not good or bad, they're brought up in different cultures. We're going to bring up all people to understand how the earth works, how we depend on nature. If we cut down the forest, we die. If we poison the air, people get lung cancer. If you sell cigarettes, people get sick, and they get heart conditions and cancer. So why does the government permit cigarettes if they love people? Because they get taxes on it. They get taxes on whiskey. They tell you that more people are killed by drunken drivers than many wars. So why don't they stop liquor? They don't know how, and they get packed. They get money for every bottle of liquor sold. So the government doesn't care about people. Proof. They outsource production. If they cared about you, they would not lay you off. But if they don't lay you off, they will lose the competitive edge. So all nations fight for themselves. They don't give a damn about anyone else. They fight for the bottom line, money. And so as long as money is dominant, you will have problems. Girls sometimes marry a guy because he's rich. Sometimes a guy marries a girl because she's rich. That's not good. Without money, you can't sell drugs. You can't have gambling. You can't have horse races. You can't have any of the crap you have today. So it's money we have to get rid of and move toward a resource-based economy. That means like the family. When your father sends you to college, he says, you owe me $40,000. He doesn't say that. He does it because he loves you. And love would be the universal force of tomorrow. The fact that we care about everybody, you understand? Not a selected few. So I'm saying to you that the millionaire today may know where to invest, but they have nada de cabeza, nothing in their heads. They don't understand people. They don't understand the forces of nature. Even psychologists and psychiatrists try to adjust you to this system. They have to be stupid to do that. So all cultures train their people to support the culture. They don't teach you to think or reason or find meaning in your own life or how to relate to other people or how to accept their differences. So somebody said to me, what if a man wants to build one type of airplane, another man another type? Who decides what you build? We build both and test them out, see which works. If you believe in natural foods, he believes in bologna and salami sandwiches. We do a study of your health over the years and publish our findings. So you can know what you're eating. Every food package today They use artificial coloring, artificial flavoring, and genetic engineering, which is very dangerous because they're not tested over a period because there's money in it. You understand? Everything. When you buy a car, there's small print. The small print is discourage you from reading. The small print has the real problems in it. So insurance companies sometimes say, well, you had that disorder before you took out the insurance, so you're not getting paid. They work, but they don't do that before you join. You understand? They deprive you. Insurance companies are out to make money, not for your benefit. But the future, the doctors in the middle of the city are responsible for the health of all the people. If it drops below a certain standard, they have to go back to school. They're not punished, put in prison. No one is anymore. And all hospitals get whatever they need. All research labs, no more digging up nickels and dimes for searching heart disease or any other disease. We give labs whatever they need to study the job. Do you understand? Just like the Army. The Army wants bombers that carry tons of nuclear weapons, and they give it to them. We will give hospitals whatever they need. So you don't have to say, I can't afford that, I can't afford. You get the best medical care. And doctors only work 3 to 4 hours a day, and they're off, and new staff comes on.
Education would be free, because the smarter your kids are, the better your life. They would be contributing and participating, and everything that they come up with would be going directly into society to make everybody's lives better. You don't have to go through the marketplace. You don't have to have money to put it into society, to advertise, to have it marketed, to have patents. Everybody can enjoy it directly. And in the middle of the city, just like the library, people used to be afraid that the library, they would fight it, that the library would ruin the sale of books. But the more people read, the more they bought books. And it was women who fought for the library, and they tried to protest and stop it, but it really worked out well. So in the middle of the city, just like the library, you would have a library for books and electronics and things, and then right next to it, you'd have a building where you can check out musical instruments, then another one, a camera center. So if people, and so on throughout the city, so if people have access to things, they do not steal. And it improves everyone's life. And for instance, in the camera center, kids could go in and check out a camera, and people would teach you how to use it. And they'd ask them what they want to film, and if they say animals, they'd teach them composition, and then they'd bring in their pictures, and they'd show it to them, and then they'd teach them, they could check out a better camera. So everybody has access to whatever they need, and that's the end of stealing.